So, good morning to the second year students. Yesterday's class has been stopped. Yesterday's that have antihypertensive topic. In between, I have stopped the topic. Yesterday actually broad classification of hypertension is what is the broad classification of hypertension? The ACE inhibitors, that is angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, angiotensin receptors, blockers, and then beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, vasodilators, and then alpha blockers, central sympatholytics. So this is a broad classification of hypertension. So definitely while writing your exam, if they had given the regarding antihypertensives, definitely you have to classify this classification and write whichever they had given drug. So we'll go with the vasodilators. These vasodilators mean these are the dilators of the arteries. So dilators of the directly they are acting on the arterioles and have a minimal effect on the veins, and it also reduces the peripheral vascular resistance. So reflex sympathetic discharge leads to, so the sympathetic reflex sympathetic discharge will lead to the tachycardia and increase cardiac output and renin release whenever they act on the vein arterioles. This sympathetic reflex will leads to the tachycardia and nerve supply, whichever that is a sympathetic system, that may leads to increase cardiac output and tachycardia and renin release, and also it causes the aldosterone secretion. So whenever aldosterone has been secreted, the salt and water get retention. So the salt and water get reduction, and hyperdynamic circulatory status may result in precipitating to anemias, angina sometimes. To avoid this situation, we recommend. So with this, to avoid this, because it may land up into the bad effect also. So to reverse these conditions, we'll advise the hydralazines. So these hydralazines must be given with combination with the drugs that block the compensatory mechanism, that is nothing but with beta blockers or diuretics. So hydralazines are given with combinations with the beta blockers and diuretic to prevent, because this aldosterone secretion will leads to the salt and water retention. So to prevent that salt and water retention, the diuretics or beta blockers are advised to prevent furthermore complications. So hydralazines are given with combination of beta blockers and diuretics. So available forms వచ్చేసి 25 mg oral route lo it can be given in oral route. This onset can be 20 to 30 minutes. Peak incidence can be seen in 1 to 2 hours. This half life is 3 to 7 hours. Duration, how much duration it can be acting means 2 to 4 hours of duration. So indications and dosages. Coming to the indications and dosages, hypertension is the main cause. In hypertension, mainly initially they will be giving 10 mg orally 4 times a day. It can be given 4 times a day in first 2 to 4 days. So according to the maintenance of the BP, they will be increasing or decreasing. It can be increased up to the 50 mg per day. And then maximum dose, they can go up to the maximum dose 300 mg per day. These contraindications are hypersensitivity. If they are patient are hypersensitive to the hydralazine, of coronary artery diseases, or mitral valve or rheumatic heart diseases. So coming to the, now we had completed the hydralazine vasodilators. After that we'll going with the central sympatholytics. So the central sympatholytics are this drug will cross the blood-brain barrier, BBB. So it will cross the blood-brain barrier and decreases the sympathetic outflow from the vasomotor center. So whenever it crosses the blood-brain barrier, the sympathetic flow can be decreased. Whenever it can be decreases, what will be happening? Heart rate will be decreased, output will be decreased. So and peripheral vascular resistance will also be decreased. It may causes the decreasing of the BP. So this is the thing. This drug, central sympathetics, will cross the blood-brain barrier and decreases the sympathetic outflow from the vasomotor center, leads to the decreasing in the heart rate, cardiac output, and peripheral vascular resistance. So in which condition? So for example, we are having a methyl dopa. This methyl dopa, I have already told that this methyl dopa is given in the pregnancies, most probably pregnancy induced hypertensions. So it decreases the BP. How it will be decreasing the BP? By reducing the peripheral vascular resistance. So by reducing peripheral vascular resistance with reduction of the cardiac output and heart rate. So available forms, how it is available means, it is available up to 500 mg, 250 mg is the starting dose, and can be available as a 500 mg. So it can be administered in the oral route. The onset they don't know, but peak incidence can be seen for 4 to 6 hours. Half-life is 2 hours and its duration is 12 to 14 hours duration. So it may, ante dose 12 to 14 hours act avutundi, so that they can advise OD or BD. So most probably this methyl dopa is given as a OD dose in pregnancies. So coming to the indications and dosages. So coming to the indications, so definitely it is given as a 20 to 50 mg and maintenance dose 500 to 200 mg. So actually during the pregnancy, if the patient come with hypertension, they will advise to give initial dose as a 250 mg orally for 2 to 3 times a day in first 48 hours, because the BP will be uncontrolled. Because of that, it can be given in 2 to 3 times a day. And maintenance dose, so it is a 500 to 200 mg orally can be given. It can be given as a divided doses, 2 to 4 hours divided doses. Maximum dose 300 mg it can be given, and then children 10 mg it can be given. And coming to the contraindications, if they are hypersensitivity to methyl dopa, it can be avoided in case of any hepatic disorders. So in case of hepatic disorders, it can be avoided because it may metabolized in the liver. So if they have a hepatic problems or liver problems, it cannot be given. Nursing consideration, definitely patient should assess the vital signs, assess for the allergic reactions, assess for signs and symptoms of congestive, any heart failure things, assess the renal status and hydration, respiration, instructs not to have a hazardous activities like driving, all these things. Teach the patient and family members regarding how to check the BP, all these things. So with this topic, these are the small topics. With this topic, I complete the antihypertensives. So antihypertensives are broadly classified into angiotensin converting enzyme, angiotensin receptor blockers, central sympathetics, and then beta blockers, alpha blockers, calcium channel blockers. So these are all some of the drugs are on the whole it has been classified. So and diuretics. So now actually in these classes we didn't dealt with the diuretics and then beta blockers. So we'll have in another session we'll complete with the diuretics and beta blockers. So this is a very broad classification. It covers all the CVS system. So thank you.